When I went and got him tested at Hurley, they wrote on a discharge paper that he had an allergic reaction to a chemical substance. They didn't even want to say he had lead in his system at the hospital. And I kept asking them what that meant. They didn't even know what to tell me. They kept going to get different doctors and they was all trying to beat around the bush. But we're living in a city where the water is contaminated. Kids breaking out in rashes, skin really irritated. The water look like piss. We can't bathe in it or even taste it. They think it's funny how the government think lead is something they should play with. Legendaire's disease spreading through the young ladies. Do you know the side effects of lead while you're pregnant with a baby? Politics gonna probably hate me because they all in on it. I don't care how they feel. Where's Weaver or Rick? They think they being slick, but they not gonna get away with it. How we go all over the world, but our water still ain't fixed.
Which represented a remarkably callous drive toward further austerity measures and the complete collapse of basic social infrastructure for the people of this city. It's been 4 years of Republicans and Democrats exploiting the suffering of Flint residents for political gains. It's been 4 years since the switch, and no serious measures have been taken to address the health crisis. Now the state government has decided to end the distribution of free bottled water, signaling the complete abandonment of tens of thousands of people affected by the poisoned water. The Snyder administration has also granted Nestle the right to increase the water it draws from our state by almost 200%. Now for just a mere $200, Nestle can draw $570,000 gallons a day. While the toxic water continues in the city, who has been locked up? Who has been held responsible? Not one local or state official. In fact, the only people who have been locked up from this crisis are 6 residents of Flint who have demanded answers from Democratic Mayor Karen Weaver. Woo! Right. It's been 4 years and the people of Flint are still suffering. But there has been a change in these 4 years. All around the world, the working class is rising up to say enough. Enough to poverty wages, enough defunding our schools, enough crumbling infrastructure, enough extraction of our natural resources for profit, enough attacks on our social rights. It's time for the working class in this city to join workers around the world demanding an end to the for-profit system.
I'd like to say that, for one, I'm 19 years old. I'm here alongside people younger than me, older than me. Water crisis started, I had to be 15 years old then. 50, she said they went to college and graduated. I went through pretty much my whole high school career during the Flint water crisis. I didn't live in Flint, but I went to school here. I remember the first time after they switched the water, my friend was like, don't drink that, they got Flint water in there now. And I'm like, so what? And I just drank it because they told me it was fine. 4 years later, I'm looking back like, oh, okay. All right, that's why I shouldn't have drank that water. And now they're trying to tell you again that it's okay, that you can drink it. All of you live in Flint. Well, not all of you, but most of you live in Flint. You know what the water looks like. You know what it smells like. You know, you actually live in these conditions, and they allow it. They lied to you first. They knew the lead levels were as high as they were, and they used homes that tested lower to convince the state not to have to go through with actually making a change, to make sure that you guys were healthy, to make sure that your children didn't develop mental and behavioral disorders because they have lead in their DNA. Yep. Our children have lead in their DNA, not in their system, in their DNA. They will pass this on to their lineage. Nobody is thinking about the effects that this is going to have on this entire community for generations and generations to come. They only cared about the quick fix because it was going to save them some money, and they weren't going to have to reinstitute their deal with Detroit to keep clean, usable water. Come on, sister, tell they knew that they had to treat the water with more chlorine and other chemicals. They knew that it leached lead from the pipes, and they lied to you. They told you straight to your face, drink the water. That sounds purposeful to me. It sounds like they don't really care about you, because this city is full of what? Black, brown, and poor people. They don't care about us. They don't care that you have a child, and that person's gonna have a child, and that child's gonna have a child, and that you have to live in this city. That's right. They don't care about that. I made a documentary film at 17 years old and realized that this city does not care about you. This city is about money. Same thing this country is about. They wanted to save $1 at the expense of your life. All of you here obviously have some inclination to care. Where are your family members? Where are your friends? And if they don't care about stuff like this, why are you still hanging around them?
Flint Lives Matter.
In my generation, it's us that have to push forward and us that have to live with this and make sure that for kids younger than us growing up, that this problem is fixed. Because this has been 4 years, and it's horrifying to think that this has become commonplace in our community. Yeah. There are little kids who have to get lead tests and have to grow up knowing that they're sick because their city left them. They were completely abandoned. 4 years. People have entered and graduated college at that time, and this issue has not been fixed. There are people who say they're educated, who are leading the city, but have done nothing, and that needs to change. It's just horrifying to think that when these issues were first talked about, they were completely ignored, as if the people who didn't live on these streets, as if they didn't know anything about what was going on when they were the ones experiencing it. Hallmark made a movie about what was going on, but no one talked about it. And you think people can talk about all the cute little rom-coms on Hallmark, but when it comes to real social issues, they're completely silent. That's right. The hashtags on social media can only do so much because they last for about 2 weeks, and they're only for people to get likes and favorites on their posts. Because after all of that is over, no one cares anymore. In February of this year, Netflix announced they were going to be coming to Flint to make a documentary about what's happening. But realistically, do you think they're going to walk the streets and actually talk to the people on them? Or are they going to write to the top office to hear their opinion? The same opinion that has left this city in disaster. And all the money they've made off of the media, hasn't any of it come back for us? Have they donated water for us? No. And the celebrities you do hear that have given us water, they did it once. And clearly it wasn't enough because all the water distribution sites have shut down. 4 years.